They step through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway. Let me just take a gander real quick. Okay. Still curious about what the locked, unlocked thing really means. Anyway.
Oh, another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open!
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
You never know.
Damn it!
They took hold and shook, but it refused to move.
Look over here.
Nearby was a pair of elevators.
And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
Yay!
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
Makes sense.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
And the one, and the two, and a how about you? Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. Was this some kind of galley? He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh. So it's a kitchen.
It's a kitchen! I'm a chicken from the kitchen! Santa did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Not food!
Isn't it obvious? The exit? I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
You're stupid.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last, she stood in front of a door.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
What do you want to bet I'm going to end up doing all the work? But don't we need a key for that? Why didn't that have any lines? That didn't get voiced for some reason.
Good.
Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Why were those two lines not voiced? That was weird. That was weird. Anyway, Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread out in front of him. As he did,
Hey,
What's that?
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you.
I found the map.
I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus stole it like a meanie and took it away from
let
him.
me see that.
Okay. She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
See? Look.
Okay, I will.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told.
What did you figure out?
Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
Wow! With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back.
I mean, I don't really know if you needed to look at a map to be able to ascertain that. It seemed kind of obvious. But alright, sure. Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
There is!
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
Yeah, probably.
That seems the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Thanks, Fred.
Okay.
I'm probably with June again. Time to seek a way out of here. Alright, well, it's just one big old room like the casino. Those 9 plates look pretty expensive, but they're square, and that's stupid. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Oh, do they? Why would you... Well, okay, first of all, why? Second of all, why do you know that? Third of all, why is it being acted like that's common knowledge? Okay, well, excuse me, princess. Well, she does kind of look like one. Meme reference. A voucher, it says. Appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Probably all literally pointless, and I don't need to remember any of it. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. What? The middle is super deep for a plate. They're soup plates. They're made that way so the soup doesn't spill. A soup plate? Why not just have bowls? If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store. You ever take a lady out to dinner, you're gonna embarrass yourself. Ah, well, good news. I've never had any success with women. You're gonna, I feel sorry for you, for June. What? Why the hell are you bringing up June? That lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle. Indeed. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. Those plates are for serving meat. Ugh, you really are ignorant, aren't you? Yeah, you don't gotta be a bully, okay? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. Like, oh, look at me. I know a bunch of esoteric nonsense about plates. Aren't I better than you? Wow, this pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. It's a lot of notes. They got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. All right, cool. Oh God, why does there have to be so much crap? There is too much crap in this place. I hate it all. A countertop. You got a rolling pin and a colander. Nothing useful, in other words. Look at this dude acting like colanders aren't useful. That's the exit. There's a big old iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it. All right, so that's just all a thing. Well-kept countertop. Doesn't seem like there's anything useful there. It's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it. All right, then fine. Always judging such things. A door. There's a bolt keeping us from opening it. All right, then open it. It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Will this even open? You won't know until we try. Let's give it a shot. All right, let's see if you're gonna come out. Damn, no dice. All right, I'm gonna need a tacking die and some WD-40. Yes, cans. There's so much stuff in here. Whole lot of cans. This is probably a pantry. Cheese! There's a thing hiding behind the cheese. Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? All right, guys, time to move this cheese. June and I need to look behind you. Get out of the way, cheese. There's a little green bottle back there. It's mine now. It's a bottle of oil. Yay! Oh, look, cooking oil. You could probably use this to make something slippery. Okay, can we bring the cheese with me too? There's a number of cheeses lined up on the shelf. This is Gouda cheese. Yes, I'm sure it is good cheese. The most famous Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Oh my God, I think I can eat this. Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Not when it's cheese, my dude. Not when it's cheese. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. Yeah, there was this one time I accidentally left a thing of milk out for too long, and it basically turned into like a bar of soap. There are cans lining every shelf in here. Wooden box on the second row, though. A knife. A kniffy.
A rusty knife? I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
Why not? The knife seemed to... Look, I've seen enough restoration videos. We just need a sand blaster and a whetstone, and we'll be in business. Knife didn't seem important. Or it did seem important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was.
It's futile.
Futile?
Your face is futile!
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
You're weird.
Huh?
She wasn't making much sense, but then again, that seems to be the norm for her. Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she
Well,
answered.
it has something to do with the Titanic.
Of course it
The
does.
Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
I thought it was a freaking mummy that did it in your eyes. Oh my God. Everything is just story time with these people. Oh God, I didn't mean to say that.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't.
There was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank.
Yeah, well, so did the freaking The Simpsons, you know, man. They predicted a lot of things, except they didn't.
Yeah, that's the one. The title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
Whoa!
What?
I know. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but the story was the same, right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic?
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have ever conceived of the possibility of a boat hitting an iceberg? What an impossible concept that nobody would ever have written a story about.
Well, I heard it was all a hoax.
A hoax?
I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that was the same originally was that a boat ran into an iceberg and sank.
But the novel was published in 1898, 14 years before the accident.
Yeah, but if nobody gave a flying crap about the book before that all happened, then they could have easily slid in some new information.
Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic. He figured that was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel so that it matched the Titanic exactly.
Surprised by Junpei's response, June seemed rather taken aback.
Really?
You really think people would do that? Just go on the internet and lie?
Really? There's no such thing as premonitions or any of that stuff.
Deadly or otherwise. For a moment, June looked very unhappy, more so than Junpei thought was normal for such a discussion. But it lasted only a moment. With no apparent reason, she suddenly looked up at him, alarmed.
But that wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't?
Yep. There were 2 other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead.
Okay.
Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892.
Yeah, but when did Columbus sail the ocean blue?
Stead wrote 2 stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster.
Again, it's a boat that sank. Didn't mean to hit that. I mean, it's just like, boat sank. That's not exactly, you know, a hard concept to think of that people would write stories about.
In one, 2 ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
Uh-huh, yeah. I'm almost positive that the Titanic wasn't the first time that ever happened. It was just one of the, you know, biggest scoped situations. There have been times where boats haven't had enough lifeboats, and there have been times when boats hit icebergs and sank. The Titanic was just really freaking big and had a lot of freaking people.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Thank you!
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers?
Yeah, indeed. What if he did?
To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
Oh my god.
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yeah, everybody knows what the hell that is.
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
A lot of bull honky.
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load.
Do we really have to have this discussion in front of the cheese?
These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic.
Maybe Wallace had this ship. He loves that stuff.
When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
I don't know. Wilkes Booth?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
Nani?
What are you smoking?
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic.
Was he?
He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
As you do. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. This was stupid. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd, and if he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. He is seriously questioning whether or not he actually wants a romantic relationship with this girl, if that means every single day is another conversation like this. Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But
We have other important things to do that don't involve talking about ghosts in front of cheese.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. It's mine now, by the way. Woo! We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty. Yeah, I know. We can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this. If we're gonna cut anything, we probably have to sharpen that knife. Yeah, even rusty, you could probably just sharpen it. But what if I covered it in oil, though? All right, fair. I dared to dream, and it made all the difference. Anyway, what if I covered this in oil? This bolt is rusted in place, it won't budge. Of course! Maybe if I slather it in cooking oil. Hey, Just a little bit of oil and come on, you little son of a. Oh, hey, it worked. Ah, yeah, got you, a little so-and-so. You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart. Yeah, I am. All right. Ooh, it's a freezer. I like this place. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. It felt amazing. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here. What is this place?
It's a freezer, dumbass.
Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Also, I don't think you need eyesight to be able to tell that you're in a freezer. Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Yeah, well, nobody invited him to be in my cool hangout. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Also, that wasn't meant to be a pun, but I'll take it. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me.
Yeah, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself for that one.
I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
Okay, it's not like that's out of the ordinary. I kind of had to do everything. And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in.
Oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to do the shimma shimma shiva.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
But
Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
Well, that's unfortunate. When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had only recently come through was closed. Also, the door seems to be frozen over, so that's unfortunate. Junpei rushed to the door.
No. Why did it suddenly close?
Lotus? Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It was cold beyond cold. Merely touching it was
The
painful.
knob's frozen.
But why?
They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured.
Looks like the pipe next to it broke, and
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. That seems incredibly bizarre, but okay. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
We can't get out!
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine.
I guess I can save your lives.
You say so. Hold on.
Soon, they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Oh, okay, sure. Y'all figure this crap out for yourself. I don't give a damn.
Oh.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. Okay. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none.
Oh dear God, the cold is getting to her. She doesn't even realize we're 3 people.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room.
Look at these nerds. They're actually all, ooh, freezer, so cold. Like, have you ever been in a walk-in freezer? That's pleasant.
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. All right, let's see here. Okay, can't look at that. There's some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork. What's this? It looks like a tag or something. Yes, a chunk of pork. Yes, makes sense. Jumpy, is there a slip of paper in that meat? I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it'll probably rip. Need to defrost that. Don't think we're gonna be doing that in this room. Probably not. All right then, well, I've got the pork. Everything's frozen in here. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. All right, so that's all we've got to work with, huh? Ah, yes, this makes sense. What's you? Ah, dry ice. Yes. Make direct physical contact with dry ice at all times. Dry ice? Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode? Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas. Yeah, if you put some dry ice in a plastic bottle and then hide it in somebody's room and then it goes off, you can cause permanent ear damage. Or so I've heard. Anyway, anything else in here? Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeve so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Get your science speak out of my face, you nerd.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
7 degrees.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
Good idea. I'll slam it up against the ice. They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees.
And I just know that inherently.
Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her dumbfounded.
Oh, how do you know that?
I'm a nerd.
Despite my looks, I'm the the queen of random knowledge.
What's a clean?
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
Oh, I guess you just said the word wrong. Okay, well that was kind of adorable, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yeah, that's right.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
Absolutely. June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around. Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird?
No weirder than your fashion sense. Woo! Got him!
I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei. He wanted out of the freezer now. I mean, I don't know, I guess it's weird.
It is kind of weird.
I don't know, sure, let's have a discussion about this. June answered.
But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure.
It won't turn into a liquid, right?
That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
Okay, I'm glad we're having a science lesson.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees.
Why do you know the range so accurately?
So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
Also, you're probably freaking out the European viewers. They don't know what those numbers mean. June replied with an answer that stunned both of them.
There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Eh?
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
What?
You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
That's weird. Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Yes, Junpei was cold as hell, but this was too interesting to ignore. He did his best to warm his body by rubbing his arms and stamping his feet like a nerd, then put the question to June.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author.
That certainly sounds like it.
But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Dang.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite.
Okay.
They're both made of carbon, right?
Yes.
But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
I guess that's true enough.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup.
She wasn't finished.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin?
Have you heard the tragic tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I'm sorry, but man, I keep hearing, have you ever heard the story? Like this is like the 17th time.
For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920,
Hang on, I'm interested.
some
Actually.
glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip.
Yeah, Seven had a thing about something like this, yeah?
Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, A seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However,
Or at least something adjacent to
something
this.
very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I was trying to remember if Seven actually brought up something about ice that doesn't melt or something. Either way, these are definitely connected.
And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize.
Do you think I might be able to, like, tell him this stuff if we... Like, if I had gone through this place first and then gone to that, do you think I would have been able to, like, tell him about it?
But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... How do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere.
Junpei was honestly impressed. Was kind of annoyed. Let's go with impressed, sure. Was honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting story.
That's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa, not June, who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
Fair enough, fair enough. He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright, guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore.
You are at fault, so you better be blaming yourself, son.
Seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland.
That's the one that's green.
I freaking hate the cold.
Greenland is the icy one.
So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their
Ice
search.
9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Alrighty. What if I make it explode even more? There's water dripping from this pipe. It looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm. Okay, interesting. There's warm water flowing from the pipe. Okay, can't I use, like, the thingamadoo? I guess, oh, wait, no, hang on. This is stupid, but... Warm water flowing from the pipe, yeah, okay. It's a thin pipe. Alright, cool. This thing is covering something. It's frozen solid, I can't flip it over. Okay. Alright. Okay, and alright. Anything else of note in here? No. Oh. Yes. Frozen chicken, apparently. Okay. Well, glad I decided to go back and grab that. Apparently it's something of value. Nothing else, something special about that. No good. Can't hit it hard enough to break it. Maybe it just needs more of a shock, you know? More of a shock? Like, hit it with chicken? Hey, Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. I tried that. It didn't seem to care. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? I don't have a sealed container. Is there a sealed container in here? No. No, there is, in fact, not. Okay, yeah, I get that and everything, but at the same time, like, how do... Maybe if I put some of the dry ice into a sealed container with some of the warm water, yeah, maybe, but how? Where's there a container? None of the things I'm holding are a container other than the bag the ice is in. Can I open the bag? Dry ice. We might be able to cause an explosion if we put it in something airtight and make it melt. Okay. I need something airtight, but I feel like I've... Oh! Not done everything. There we go. All right. I'm now going to... All right, fair enough. And a sturdy rope. It's a rope. Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose. Wrap is worthless, but rope is useful. There isn't anything else here that looks useful. All right, then fine. Let's take the water bottle and fill it with warm water. Okay. How in the heck you want to do this? A water bottle. Yes, it is. It's an empty water bottle. This neck is pretty small. I don't think I could fit anything very big in there. Oh, right. What's wrong, Jumpy? Why'd you pull out a knife? I was just thinking I might be able to use it to open the door. Come on, man. All you're gonna do is break your knife. Is the cold in here starting to mess with your head? No. All right, fair enough. So, right, the bottle isn't airtight at all. Can I still fill it full of warm water, though? No, I cannot. Okay, well, that sure felt like what I was supposed to do. Apparently not. Okay. Oh, didn't really mean to do that. Let's start off by putting the dry ice into the water bottle. But the dry ice is too big. Well, you gotta figure out a way to make it smaller then, don't you, genius? Frickin' what? Okay. Make the dry ice smaller with rusty knife? No. Okay. What does it say if I try to do this? Nothing. It says nothing. I need to crush the dry ice if I want to get it in the bottle. I need to crush it. Crush the dry ice. Chunk of pork. Slam, slam, slam. Thank you, ma'am. No. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I don't care about any of this. Let me leave. Thank you. Okay. I could probably slam it in the door. Like, put it in here and then go slam, slam, bam. You know, all that business. I mean, it would work. Nothing else useful. Okay, how do I break it? No luck. It's too hard. Can't break it. There's too much mist to see what's going on the other end. I need to crush the dry ice. It's a cover, frozen in place. Can't do anything about that. Warm water. Inspecting everything I can. Holding on to what I am, because I'm a Superman. Or pretending I'm a Superman. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yep. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. Can't do nothing about that. Can't do nothing with this. I assume the knife has nothing to do with anything. Yep. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense to me. I don't know what you're asking me to do, game. I believe I have inspected everything. You don't seem interested in giving me any more hints. This is unfortunate. Seriously? Did I not do that? Was that somehow the one combo I didn't do when I was rolling through everything? I was just doing it out of desperation because I, for the life of me, could not find anything else inside this room. What the hell? Okay. Anyway, dry ice has crumbled. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle. There you go. Water bottle with dry ice in it. Neat. Don't care about that. Fill it with warm water. Warm water flowing from the pipe. Yep, that's why I want to use this thing. Warm water flowing from the pipe. Yep, that's why I want to use this, and it won't let me. Why not? Not yet, Junpei. We're not going to get the result we want unless you hook the bottle to that doorknob somehow. Oh. It's got to explode right next to the ice on the doorknob. We need to figure out a way to attach the bottle to the door. Oh, well, that's weird, but okay, sure. I guess that explains what the rope is for. And let's just tie a rope on here. Okay, cool. Now, fill it full of warm water. Fill it full of warm water. Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door.
Water into the bottle with dry ice. And make sure the lid's closed. Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob.
Also, we should all definitely cover our ears. I cannot stress that enough.
So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked around down at the floor. Oh, scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the large chunk he'd crushed
All right,
earlier.
This ought to do the trick.
Don't touch it with your hand. He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burned and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size, about as big as a
All
pool
right,
ball.
guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
And cover your ears for the love of God. Bo, Santa, and June looked at him with new
Where
concern.
exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
How about inside that one thing? You know, the big metal thing?
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Except for that.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar.
Come
Oh,
on.
okay.
Get inside.
I guess that's an option too. I didn't realize there was that much space in there. Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
All right, here I go.
And then he missed.
3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way.
Oh, oops.
Okay.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Really is.
Sorry, dude. All right, for real this time.
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn ice.
Just throw the damn thing.
You're gonna break your hand.
All right, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as... And there you go. Somehow he didn't miss. Junpei leapt up out of the cellar and ran to the door.
Jumpy, the ice on the door. Is it gone?
Sure, why not? Couldn't we have just put the warm water over the ice? Wouldn't that have been a whole lot faster?
Yeah, it's gone.
Anyway,
The blast must have shattered it.
Yes. All right, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. Crazy! The door gave way easily and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray! We're out.
June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor.
Move!
Okay, well, first of all, rude. Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Oh, god damn it! Hot, 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 hot. Fuck!
Yeah, that's kind of what grills do. He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage.
You did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen?
Dumbass.
Hey, where's Lotus?
I assume she thought we all died and left. It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
Dear God, Lotus, what the hell? With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself on the counter. You know, I'm sure this meat with paper in it is very vital to us getting out of here. And also I have this rusty knife, so that's probably necessary too. So without us, you would have died. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked toward her.
What were you doing?
Napping, apparently.
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die.
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't
Oh my God.
What the hell?
it? Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh, well, I guess I believe you.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See?
Yeah, which is why I'm so confused. Did you think it was a funny haha joke, a good jape? It wasn't.
I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So, all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
You could have tried. I know she couldn't have. I don't know, I'm just making dumb jokes. It was true that there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone made her just want to shake her by the shoulders and go, "Why are you such a butt?" Junpei gritted his teeth.
Fine. But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
What? You think I closed the door on you?
I mean, you definitely could have.
Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own.
Maybe you're evil. Ever considered that possible option?
I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, but if you're a crazy person who just wants to kill people, you wouldn't care.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least. Not an attempted murderer.
As far as we know. We don't know her personal life. Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Oh, yes, well, that's all right. As long as you understand.
Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back towards Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two.
That's not even what was happening.
Break time's over.
We were on break time?
Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
Yeah, that's a girl you definitely want to call fat, sure. Good lord. First they call her old when she doesn't even look even slightly old, and now we're gonna call that?
How rude. I was plenty busy.
I was taking a nap.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
Said the guy literally currently actively doing that. Nothing more. Like, dude, all you did was just kind of sit around inside the freezer. It's not like you helped either. Anyway, got something I might actually... Like, where's that grill? All we've got here is a pot and frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey, man, it was just a joke. Why so... Serious? Really? I don't want to be a hypocrite. I thought the Excuse Me Princess reference was funny, so... I guess I can't call that one stupid. There's some bottles of seasoning in here. I will eat them. Oh, cool. This mess. I hate this. An iron oven. Looks pretty heavy duty. It's probably industrial quality. I bet you could cook anything with this. Anyway, let's have a look inside, except there's a freaking lock on it, obviously. Damn, I knew it. It's locked. Anyway, this is the oven door. It's locked, of course. What happened to that grill that you were fighting with? Maybe this table's for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. Ah, hey, whetstone. Nice. All right, maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. It should be able to cut some pretty good with this. Okay, a whetstone would not have gotten rid of the rust, but all right, noted. A sink. Still got water in it. There's a couple plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. Not with that attitude, they won't. Let's see here. Let's see here. Need some kind of key card. That's the door we came in through. It's not locked, so we could go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's out there is an iron gate and a dead-end hallway. Might as well be locked for all the good going back out there it's gonna do for us. Okay. There's the grill you were yelling at. Guess I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you gonna do if the paper burns? Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? We just gotta keep an eye on it and the paper will be fine. Oh, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. Hiccups. Why am I hiccuping so much? Cool, looks like it's about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out now. Jumpy, be careful. Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Ow! See? Told you. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. Thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out. So, are we gonna have to cut the meat? It looks that way. All right, that's easy. All right, now that I've sharpened the knife, cut the pork! Awesome, Junpei, you cut the hell out of that pork. All right, C plus 10 plus F. Okay. C plus 10 plus F. Think it's some kind of code? Damn it, they're screwing around. Junpei, do you know what C and F stands for? You think maybe it means corporate finance? I thought it was clever and funny. That actually was pretty solid. That was a pretty solid joke. Anyway, we'll just leave the pork there. I don't really care about its well-being. Anyway, so does anybody want to tell me what the C and F stands for? Because if you don't, I don't know what the hell you want from me. Anyway, how many numbers can this do? This is probably what you're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Junpei, maybe the note you found earlier? Yeah, I know. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for enter and C is for clearing. So basically, when I'm ready to submit my answer, I press E. So if I screw up, I just press C. Lotus nodded. All right, let's go to shot. How many numbers does it need? It's a 3-coded number. Okay. I have no idea. 111. Yeah, wouldn't that have been nice? Anyway, now that didn't work. Do you think the note we found in the pork wasn't a hint? No, it was. I just don't know what C and F mean. C plus 10 plus F. There aren't any letters on the input device. Maybe we can find a way to convert letters to numbers? Oh god, are we doing hexadecimal again? Because I don't remember that. Oh yeah, the voucher we found next to the plate said some letters on it, didn't it? Maybe they got something to do with it. Oh right, the voucher! I forgot all about that because I got stuck in a freezer! Anyway, there's a voucher at the end of the counter. This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. Cool, I don't care. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Huh. Meat dish is 10. But that doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, I have no idea. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizers, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. F for seafood, maybe? Maybe they're using hexadecimal here? And hexadecimal is? It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? Please give me another crash course on it, because I don't have the thing on the file anymore, and I'm stupid. That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalent for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A is 10, B is 11, C is 12. Okay, so then C is 12, and F is 15. So then what? 15, 10, and 12? 15, 10, and 12? And 10 equals 16. The 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added onto the normal number system after 9. All right, A10, B11, so C, yeah, okay, so, boy. Okay, F is 15, and C is 12. 12 and 15, 12 and 15, 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 15. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, so 12, but that doesn't, I don't really, I mean, you know, 12, and then 15, no, 12, and 15, and then this other number, that gets you 37, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything at all. And then, I mean, like, I don't know. And, I mean, a digital root would just be one number. So what is any of that supposed to mean? 12, 10, and 15. Well. Considering they were always talking about dropping the 10 digit and stuff, then maybe it's... Yeah, okay, thank you, 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 thank you. And I am completely out of ideas. Cool. All right. No clue. Not even remotely. Not even slightly. I'll enter my password. Yep, let's try it again, except because it was 12, you know, I just dropped all the ones. It's not 111, I already did that. It's not 205. Cool, why does it do it that way? That's stupid. Then, what do you want? Remember, the paper we found in the pork said that C plus 10 plus F. There aren't any letters on the input device. What does it mean? Maybe C plus 10 plus F is a hexadecimal number. Yeah, C is 12, F is 15. If we convert it to base 10, yeah. 12, 10, 15. So, I can only put in 12, I can only, like 12, and then 10, and then 15. Whoa. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything, so what the hell are you asking me? I don't. This sucks. And I'm not getting any hints either. I don't know what you want from me at all. Great. Get to spend time thinking about this. Just what I always wanted. Okay, so this might be incredibly stupid. But Okay, I'm trying to think about that hexadecimal stuff again. And I don't know, does this make any sense that 10, because it goes, you know, it's like 1, 2, A, you know, 1, 2, 3, ABC, you know, that whole arrangement, then wouldn't the 10 not be 10, but instead be, God, what would that even be? I guess it would be after F. So 16? So then what? 12, 16, and 15. Get you 43. I mean, a digital root wouldn't do anything for me. That'd just be 7. But I guess we could try them. Maybe I don't need to have 3 numbers. Those are my only ideas left. All right, let's try 7 first. All right, nope. Oh, wait, 743? Maybe? Just 43? Oh. Okay, sometimes I just need to sit and stare and go into my brain for like, God, how long was that? Like 15 minutes? God. Sounds like metal is falling. Well, I guess that went well. All right, open it up. Yeah, the door opened. And it looks like a key card to me. Thank you. Hey, it's a Saturn key card too. That's the thing that they got when I didn't go here. Yeah, that's right. I guess they would have solved this puzzle. Yeah, the 5 of them would have solved the puzzle otherwise. Huh, neat. All right, yes, I think it's unlocked now. You did it, Jumpy. Let's get the hell out of here. And then, theoretically, we'll just do some novelty nonsense and then we'll be right back to where we was. That'd be pretty handy dandy. Let's go. And I will have succeeded in a way.
I think we've been here before.
A metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen.
The elevators are over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
That means the map was right.
Huzzah!
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
I mean, not really. Wouldn't we just try to find the open door? That's just how we've been able to get through everything so far.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
All right, then. Not an option, then.
Now, Route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
Most likely.
No, I don't think we will.
Okay.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed, but it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
Then that means...
All 4 looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase. Its lazy curve leading down deeper into the
Route
ship.
D, then.
D it is.
Yep, Route D.
Then we're set.
And then they went. They jogged down the stairs until they reached the C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
It's disgusting.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great
The
mirror.
water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C deck.
Bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs.
Sure as heck do be that.
Just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different. See? There's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark.
Yeah, I forget what that one is supposed to be. It's not Venus.
Hey, look, it's Lotus's symbol.
You really want to make this joke with her in your presence?
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like...
Yeah, that was...
Ouch, 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 ouch.
incredibly stupid? Why did you do that? Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat.
What was that about the mark again?
Nothing.
Dumbass. Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil herself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol.
Thank you.
The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
I forgot that part, thank you.
Hermes herpes, whatever.
Wow! I bet he appreciates that.
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Probably.
And I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa, there's so many doors.
At least 3. Weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
It's already nighttime.
I think the sun already set.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side.
We gotta get to the hospital room.
Time to head back to the stairs.
Let's go. To the right, there was a small hallway.
Now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led toward the stern, and at its end was a set of double
There
doors.
are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them.
And at least there are 4 of us.
All right, let's start with this one.
Knock, knock, it's Junpei. Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. And there he located... Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
It was the hospital room, but we haven't seen it yet, so we're responding to it the way that we do. He stood, simply unable to speak. Alright, we're not quite there yet. Just making sure. The other simply stared, open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
What the hell is this?
Hospital.
This place is huge.
Also doors. A massive room stretched out in front of them. More a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Is this a hospital?
I don't know, probably. He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room.
It definitely has the smell.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
Bum, bum, bum. 3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why is the second door blank?
Mm.
That seems kind of strange, don't you think?
Until
No
someone
point
is able to
worrying
jam it
about
open,
right now.
we got
Let's
no
see if
choice.
these will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
I mean, they obviously won't. They have the devices next to them. But whatever, Junpei headed toward the door, weaving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left, ignoring the fact that there was a giant, reader thing there, until he reached door 8. To the surprise of literally nobody ever,
Oh, it's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the notary game? We have
exactamundo.
to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't...
Why didn't you say that You said it was a good idea to do this, if you... Whatever.
Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
They're broken.
Look, the display on the red.
They're broken.
There's nothing on it.
Bum, bum, bum.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase? If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one,
There's nothing on it.
right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
Yes. Okay, yeah, let's all touch it.
It's not responding.
All 4 took turns placing their hands on the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled the lever, and it still did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't the only red for the door 8 that was behaving strangely.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
All the same,
None of
yo.
them are working.
What does it mean?
It means they're not working.
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
That does sound dumb.
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
All right, well, no matter how you look at it, it was that. Because if he is stupid and just screwed it up, then we're all gonna die. It was at that moment that they heard a voice from behind them.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
Harry! They spun around to see Blindman.
Snake!
Snake! Sorry, but it was more than just Snake. It was also that guy. And those two, too.
Over 7.
They're terrified of us. Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who had opened the gate in front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How did you end up here?
Easily!
That's my line?
We used science!
Perhaps we should exchange information.
And then we did. After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms that had been through and how they'd end up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the ninth man. To be fair, who even was that guy? No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no, the ninth man had died, but they were still alive, and that's rather dope. And that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. And not getting hit with an axe. Yes. A simple joy, still alive. He felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive. Well, then he really probably should have read the rule book better.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
Am I on that path now? I'm still not. Okay. His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought. Then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight.
Okay.
When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
In a book?
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow?
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh.
And that was us.
So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
It's interesting that they decided to do it this way instead of just letting us hear the conversation. Like, they could have just had the four characters say that. Why are we getting a recap? That's very weird.
Why don't we check those 3 Reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh. There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't.
What makes you so confident?
There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Okay, now things... No, things are really starting to sound like the way that they were, but okay.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however.
Crazy, that.
I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
In the name of Jupiter.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I hate planets.
I wonder what they all mean.
I mean, if I had to guess, I think that one meant Jupiter. But For a moment, everyone was silent, deep
While
in
we're
thought.
asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Why not? Of all people, it was Seven who answered, and with a calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship.
This is definitely dialogue from before.
Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
What is this Gigantic?
Seven knit his brows for a moment, then began to explain.
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had 2 sister ships. The
Yeah, this is
Gigantic
stuff
was
we
said to be
definitely
one-
saw before. So we're not technically on the path that... We're not on a new path yet, or rather, back onto the main path here yet. But this is still information that we got from last time.
They intended to make her a passenger liner, like the
And
British Navy
then
took
the
her
British
over,
took it
but at
in,
some
but then
point
it got,
during the
you know,
war,
it
she
got
ran
turned into
aground
that.
so she didn't end up sunk.
Right,
What
right.
happened to her after that? One theory going.
And
See,
somebody
her
bought
trauma
it, you
to
know, all
not
that
think I wanted
business.
the which was impossible.
Indeed, yes. We've
So
had
you're
this
saying
talk.
This Lord Gordain bought this ship?
Yeah, at least I think I am.
That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down. Just pay attention. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Yeah, see that? I'm talking about proof. He ain't
that
got
the
no
ship
proof.
is really the Gigantic.
He ain't got none.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured.
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
It is his only reason.
Oh, I've got more.
Lie.
And he's got no more, and then he gets all cranky, or she gets cranky at him.
I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Nay.
Sorry about that.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Oh. You're right. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know about that. Everything was old news and old information is new information again. Junpei was. He felt legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange. How you not know he got amnesia?
Yeah.
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
And almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment, the donging. So many dongings. How far do I have to go before I'm on the path again? A bell. Yeah.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12.
12 Undo.
12.
It's midnight.
Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
Midnight. Someone turn on the TV.
We don't have any time to screw around.
Or do we?
Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
Carefully.
Everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
That isn't what he said. That's not what. There's a discrepancy. A discrepancy!
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
We do.
Don't freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Her earlier experience had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratched his head awkwardly.
Maybe?
That's not the line! I am angry about this!
Alright, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
This all seems very...
Yeah.
Until I actually get to it, I can't... alright.
Yes.
Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side,
We'll
moving
all
from the
meet up
aft or
when the
whatever.
clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
Okay, cool.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
We will not.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Indeed.
Right.
Then let's do this.
The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each to the rooms they'd been assigned. However... There we go. That's the switch over. That's totally it. From far away, Junpei heard the bell ringing, and now we're back here. And so I will take a bit of a break, and then when we return, we will jump ahead ever so slightly to here, and then we'll get to choose another door. Honestly, the real problem is I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what leads me to this. Yeah, so, I mean, if I had a choice, I would pick this one, and then we would go down this path, but I don't seem to have that available to me right now. I mean, I don't know which door is which, so I guess we'll just do what we do and see what happens, I guess. Either way, hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves. I'll see y'all next time for whatever craziness is about to go down. I'll see you then.